guys, Tab here, hope you're all keeping well. Yes, it's video time. I've got two cameras set up here, which one to look at? So, the channel is ticking over still trying to make content for you guys. If you subscribe so far, thank you very much. Subscribers still ticking up. It is hugely appreciated. The McLaren conversation continues. It's an interesting topic. And what I want to talk about on this video today, my current thought process, my current state of mind around McLaren, where they're at, what's going on. I think if you're in the market for a McLaren now, do have a watch of this, because hopefully some of the guidance will be interesting to you. It's of course not legally binding, but I've done quite a bit of research into this, and hopefully it will give you guys a bit of a flavour in terms of what to expect if you are looking at McLaren right now. But the topic for this video is why I'm not buying another McLaren yet. So as you know, I'm in a McLaren right now, the 570S, and I was very, very close to pulling the trigger on a 720S. But I haven't, I didn't, I decided not to. So there's a whole thought process that went into this. I have to start this by saying the 720S it's just wow, it's insane. It is such a good car. It is that good. Honestly, I was close to selling my soul just to get in one. Phenomenal bit of kit. But we've got to look at McLaren as a whole right now. Where they're at, or where they're not at. So where are the recent cars? We've got the Artura delay, hopefully landing in summer. Can't wait to get a go at that. But there's been no new cars out for a while. Okay, so we had the 765 LT. That sold out and is now selling for above list. I believe the list of the 765 LT is about 280. Sold out, and they're now selling for above list. And there's a key reason for that: supply and demand. So I think the 765 LTs are probably about 320 to 340, 360-ish at the moment. So they're selling for way above list, and only 765 of those made, and they're so good. No one slated them at all. They're just pretty much the perfect supercar stroke hypercar. So they're doing very well. The 765 LT Spider sold out. I think that's 310k list. Yet to see them yet, but no doubt they will be selling for way above list. The 720S is not anywhere near list or above list, and the reason for that again is supply and demand. They make thousands of the things, right? And we're now starting to see the market get pretty saturated with the used versions of these hitting the market. I've been closely following the used market on the 720S, and I'm starting to see a slow uptick in the numbers of available cars. And of course, supply and demand again, that's going to have an impact on the prices. I don't think buying a 720S now at 200k plus or so is really a good idea. I think they're going to start to see a downtick in values over the short term. When I checked probably 3-4 weeks ago, there were 39 cars available on Auto Trader. There are now 45, 46, and it's just creeping up and up. And the reason for that is because they made so many of these things. The market is, I guess, slowly getting saturated. Again, talking about supply and demand, right? Just too many of them. There's a reason that the McLaren F1 is, you won't get one of those for pretty much less than about 20 million these days, because of the fact there's only 106 of those ever made, and they are amazing. They're pretty much museum pieces these days. The Ferrari 250 GTO, which is probably one of the most expensive cars you can buy right now, if you're lucky enough to get your hands on one. There's only 33 of those left, I think, and they're 40 million to, I think one might have changed hands for 70 million, which is a lot of money. So let's look at McLaren, right? So 720Ss, I think it's probably a good buy if you want to get in one for about 140k, 150k. I don't think you lose that much short term, but getting in one for 200k is probably not the best idea. So you've got to think about that. The 570Ss, there was hardly any of those available going back about 9 months or so ago. There's now a bit of a glut of those on the market, and if you want to get in one of those now, I think it's a very good time to do so. So you're going to be paying sort of probably, you know, 90 to 100k for a good one, maybe 115 for a very good one. And I think that's probably around about the bottom. If you look at the MP4s, they're going for sort of 80, 90k. 650S is 80, 90k for a good one. It's probably not going to get much lower than that. And you're getting a hell of a lot of car for your money, an awful lot of car. So why am I not getting another McLaren, or getting in another McLaren right now? Well, I'm not going to get another 570S or a 600 LT or anything like that, because I just think it'd be too similar to this. The 720S, I was very close to getting in one. It's a step up from this, but it's still, you know, you're in a McLaren, right? I'm really excited about the next swathe of hybrids that are coming out. So the Artura specifically, and we've seen the Solus as being trademarked as well. So what is that going to bring us? Who knows? Those fortunate out there that are in McLaren's high spenders list, not me, have been signing NDAs for the next car that's coming out, and that I think is going to be probably the Solus, but it's going to be the next 720S, the hybrid version of that. Quite excited for that, but it's going to be a long time yet, and it's going to be serious money. And I know McLaren are going to be massively restricting the supply of these to help keep the values up and not going through what they've done before. Now, in terms of McLaren's corporate financials and how they're doing, so we know they've had all their debt restructured. Paul Walsh has been doing some pretty good things as the CEO, but where does that leave them right now? Well, this is the time where McLaren needs to prove themselves. They need to now start delivering on their promises. They need to deliver the Artura. We all need to rave about it and hope it's very good. We need to see the next 720S, see what that's like. But it's now all on McLaren, right? We know it's a great brand. I love the cars. This car is just brilliant. It's so much fun now. I'm starting to get grip again. The temperatures are warmed up and it's now got a bit of traction. And whenever you shift down in this and put your foot down, oh, it's just great. Love it. It's beautiful. It's so much fun. But the time for McLaren to deliver is now. We need to see what they're up to, what they're doing. I just hope they can pull it out the bag, but I don't want to commit to another McLaren quite just yet. I want to see what's happening. I want to hang back. I want to see what they're doing with the Artura. I want to see how values of that hang out, right? Because it needs to do well for me to want to be able to get back into it with the courage and confidence that I know it's going to hold its value well, or, you know, be a buy that is relatively sensible. When compared with Porsches, Ferraris, Lambos, they're just not holding their value as well. I'm sure they can turn it around if they do the right things strategically in terms of the amount they produce and the aftercare service, all these good things, the warranty, right? Artura 7 years, about time. So it is now all on McLaren. All eyes on McLaren to see what they can do, to see how they can deliver over the next year or two, right? They've got enough money to keep the lights on, to keep going for the next 2 years, so I'm reliably informed. It's just a case of seeing how it is going to look. So, fingers crossed, McLaren, you can pull this one out the bag. I really hope you can, because, as I say, the brand for me is a wonderful, wonderful brand. The cars are amazing. The owners are a wonderful bunch as well. You know, it's just not too posy. Okay, I appreciate a car like this is always going to be a bit posy, but I think the image they have is great. So, please, McLaren, if you're listening, and I hope somebody is, focus on delivering wonderful things for the enthusiasts out there. Just to touch on as well, I really want to closely follow what happens with the 720S and the market for that. I think it's going to be a pretty good buy in another year's time, and who knows, the values of that might start to creep up again, slowly but surely. But we've just got to keep our fingers crossed that the brand does some wonderful things over the next few months, 6 months to a year. You know, it's all on that right now. That was the discussion point for this video. Why I'm not buying another McLaren just yet. Still got to enjoy this one for the next 4 or 5 months or so, and believe me, I will. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Hope I gave you some food for thought for this one, and see you on the next one. Bye for now.